my big brother, Duane Voskuil. Duane was 6 years older than I was, and in many ways he was my hero, and I looked up to him. 6 years older, he possessed qualities that I admired and yearned to have myself. He was a wonderful athlete. He was creative. He was handy with fixing things. He was an engineer in his heart and in his hands. Let's begin with his athletic prowess that has always impressed me. He was the best player in the high school football team at Baldwin High School. He was a running back. He was the best defensive player. He made the most tackles by far of anyone. I grew up admiring him as a football player and wanting to follow in his pathway, which I never quite was able to do. After high school, he went to the University of Wisconsin to play football. He was a fast, tough running back and a good punter. But he felt called to enter ministry actually while he was at University of Wisconsin, and he decided to enroll at Hope College, the school of our denomination in Holland, Michigan. And he became again a star running back with a great capacity. I remember a story that someone who was on the team told me that every year Duane was the best running back, and he was kind of had his place made as a starter. But before his senior year, he decided he wanted to go to Germany because he was a philosopher and somehow believed that all Germans were philosophical. So he decided to work for a German farmer, and that German farmer was not what he expected. He was no German philosopher. He just made Duane work hard for his pay and his earning. So he got back late to camp at Hope College, and he missed the practice, the first couple weeks of practice. So finally, my friends recently said, well, we expected that Duane would be beaten out, and finally someone else would be the running back at Hope College. But it wasn't to be. The first games, Duane was put back at the position of running back, and he kept that position throughout the year. So much to the disappointment of a number of people who thought they could also do that. He also played basketball in high school. And while I never saw him once take a shot at our practice basket at home, but he had such athletic ability that he always started the games, because while Baldwin had a 6'5" center, Duane could out-jump him, so he would always be the one who would get the jump at the beginning of a game. And it was amazing as a 6-year younger brother to sit there and gloat over the fact that my friend's 6'5" brother couldn't even start over my little brother who was only 5'10" and a half, my big older brother who was 5'10" and a half. But he was best in track, I suspect. Certainly the best track athlete that Baldwin may have ever had. Over the many years, Duane was able to develop skills in a 100-yard dash. He ran the 100. He did the long jump, known as in those days as the broad jump. He threw the discus and the shot put. And at sectionals at Eau Claire, Wisconsin one year, he came first place in every one of those 4 events. And he went to the University of Wisconsin in Madison for the state meet, and they told him he couldn't compete in 4 events, so he had to pick 3. So in the 3 he chose, he was able himself to score enough points to be in the top 10 of the state, and he was the only athlete from Baldwin to make the state meet. So I was very proud of Duane and envied his abilities. He did enroll, like I said, at the University of Wisconsin. He made the football team as a freshman. On the freshman team, they didn't allow non-freshmen to play, or allow freshmen to play on the varsity. And he decided that he wanted to be a pastor, and he transferred to Hope College, the denominational college, and he became their running back and punter for 3 years. And he was a strong candidate there, and very interesting career at Hope. He still is well known and remembered for his play in football. I heard someone tell me that he came to practice with notes in his helmet so he could study while he was at football practice. I don't know anybody else who did that. So other gifts of my brother that I envied. One, he was a fine poet. He wrote many poems, and the more he wrote them, the less I understood about them or what they meant. But he was creative that way. He also made from scratch a spinning wheel and did ceramics, all kinds of ability as someone put things together, and he became later in life a violin maker. Violins of the quality that the symphony in North Dakota where he lived used his violins for the symphony, which is quite remarkable. He was a wonderful builder, I mean literally so. My father decided he wanted to start raising hogs, and he had my brother build from scratch a hog building, a place for the hogs to farrow and to grow till they get to the point they could be outside. And so I spent a summer working for my brother as a hod carrier, as a gopher for him. And he built a perfect building, having never built anything before. It was remarkable. He was very gifted in those ways. He could do anything and everything, it seemed to me at least. He built a telescope and ground the lenses himself. He could repair, build car engines. I was jealous. I was cleaning the barn, and he was finding ways to make it easier for people to get the corn to the hogs. And while Duane invented a chute to easily feed the hogs, I was shoveling manure on Christmas morning, so I was a little jealous of his capacities. He fixed the lawnmower while I mowed. That was the way it went. Duane would come home from college and was a valuable troubleshooter for my father and all the things that he wanted done. He was a smart cookie, and I was the one doing the chores, but he was the one that was valued for what he could bring. If I did or said something which he did not like or which he was disturbed about, he would call me nauseating and a sycophant. I remember that term. I was a nauseating sycophant. I found out what that meant, and I wasn't too pleased about it, but he might have been right. I was sometimes envious of Duane. I loved him, and I was proud of him, and I looked up to him in many ways, but he also was my big brother, and I miss him, So, Duane, my friend, my brother, rest in peace. Thank you.